Hi, it's Danny here from Off the Tracks. Now, if you want to win yourself a brand new Xbox Series X or even better, a PlayStation 5, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel. It's that simple. All you have to do is hit that red button which says subscribe. So when the channel has hit 1,000 subscribers, we are going to pick a random name from the list and then you will win one of these prizes. So subscribe. That's all we're asking. Just subscribe. Anyway, happy riding.
Hello and welcome back to Off the Tracks, and today it's time for another episode of Ride It, Pie It or Top 5 It. I'm Lee and I'm joined by none other than CoasterDan.
Hello and welcome to Ride It, Pie It or Top 5 It. With this incredible series, what we do is we rank coasters or rides through our three-tier system. For example, Ride It means it's okay, it's a good ride, 5 minutes, 10 minutes top, I ride this bad boy. However, though, Pie It means absolutely awful. If you gave me £1 million, I still wouldn't ride this thing. Not forgetting top 5 in it as well, which means absolutely incredible. I will ride this all day until the sun goes down. So, yes. Lee, what ride have we decided?
Well, we're going to take one from my home park, and it is the Grand National over at Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
Grand National.
An interesting one.
I need paracetamol before we even begin. just saying that. So obviously it's your home park, Blackpool. So tell me a bit about the Grand National then, Lee.
It's a classic woody. It's one of the only existing Mobius loop coasters. I think that and maybe Racer over at Kennywood. Yeah, it was designed by Charles Page all the way back in 1935.
Wow. That's old. That's so, ridiculous. However, though, it does feel old.
Yeah, it feels it's every minute of that age, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, when you first look at it, it's impressive because it's a woody. It's old. Even the station, you got that kind of old-fashioned vibe, which is obviously Blackpool. It's just how it is with Blackpool. Yeah. With a lot of its rides. I just remember kind of sitting on the train, ready to go, and it just feels like Minecraft, you know, because it's all blocky.
Yeah. It's just like
going round.
What got me is last season it was the worst. On the sort of the turnaround and all the basically every turn on it, it was just squeaking. It was like, and it was just everybody on it was like, "What is this ride?" Honestly.
Well, it just makes me laugh the fact of you're on it before you. I think you're on it for about a good minute before you even hit the chain lift because it feels like it needs to go around the houses just to get to the actual chain lift, and then you go up. I believe how tall is it? 62. I think it's like 62 feet.
Yeah, 62 feet, 19 meters. It's got a drop of 54 feet. And
you just get that. Well, straight away, the clue is there in your train is the fact of you've got cushions, right? So straight away, cushion seating. So you're thinking this is going to be rough, and by gosh, it's ridiculously rough.
Mm-hmm. It is. I think straight off the first drop's kind of like a bit of a double down, and it's it from there on. It is just horrific for me. I love I love that we've got vintage coasters. I love the age. You know, it's one of the oldest woodies around, but doesn't make it a good ride, does it? It's not enjoyable to sit on at all.
I'm all for keeping vintage and you know, stuff like that, but it needs to go. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, for me, I love the Dipper. I think what they've done with the Dipper this season, as well as a 2021, it's had, you know, some new track work done on the drop. I'm sure that's going to continue. Dipper's a great ride. It's got a great layout. Don't mind Nick Street. Let's sort the National out. It doesn't need to be there anymore.
No, it doesn't. And there is one good thing about the Grand National, the layout. And obviously it's a dueling, you know, coaster and everything. And I just feel, and you do get that interaction with, especially if you get someone who you know is on the other train and you're there and you high five, well, try and high five it, whatever. Like, you know, look, we're gonna win and all this lot. Although, is there always a clear winner? I've always wanted to know this.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it does matter about, you know, who's in what train, which is heavier. I'm sure that one will probably set off slightly before the other, depending on what hits the chain lift. So I don't think it is sort of set in stone every time.
But I definitely think it's got an incredible layout. It goes on forever, and that's what I do like about it. I must admit, it's one of these rides where you can. It's not just. To be fair though, is that really a curse though? If you've been on it,
I know
too
that's
long.
the thing. Yeah, that's the problem. I think for me, like I said, I hate to just bash on rides, but I've never had a good ride on it. I've never had a pleasurable ride on it in years. And even when I was a younger kid, I remember it kind of being a bit of a rackety thing. And I'm 32 now, so it's been a rackety roller coaster for some time. And if you're going down sort of the back end of the park, out of the park on Bond Street, and you look up at it, it looks horrific. It looks like old pallet wood just sort of thrown together in a heap. It honestly looks like something you put Guy Fawkes on the top
of. Yeah, it's you know, it is what I've been on it not long ago, and I did come off it going, why on earth did I do that? I mean, even the station itself, right? Let's be honest, the station. Is there even a queue line for the station? I don't think there is.
At the minute, what they've done this season is just out of the station and wrapping all the way around that sort of fake grass bit.
Yeah.
You know, like opposite the hub and near the fountain. So it's just always had that kind of makeshift queue, really.
I don't know if you get the same feeling though as well, Lee, is that it's very tight in the station, especially your little air gates. I mean, if you're a big guy, like myself, not in obviously height, but in weight wise, you're squeezing into that little air gate area ready to go into the train, and it's like,
and this season, since social distancing, it's even worse. They've started to put up like a barrier down the side,
to make even less space.
And you're literally like just rammed in like this, and it's I don't know what it is about that ride. For me, you pull the restraints down and sort of one leg's all chocked over the other side, and it's just, everything about it. I'm just like, why am I on this again? I give it one annual ride, and every year, usually on opening day, I think that's it, done. Never again.
I must admit, I don't know if you're the same. When you go on certain rides, you kind of brace, like, you know, a certain element to it. I brace myself on every single drop, ready to...
Yeah, all the time.
You know, as you're coming back up on the hill, and it's like, oh my gosh, here it comes. And I've hurt myself a few times on it with the lap bar in my big belly. So, it's crap.
Last year, I nearly did my back, to be fair. I remember coming off thinking, if I stand up here, this back is going... Because I could feel it. It was like dangerously painful.
But I must say though, Lee, is there anything that you would change about it without demolishing it? Can we just
without
put that?
Making it Twisted Colossus, which is what that's called, by the way.
Yes.
Other than fully RMC it, or completely like retrack it, and which again, I think that's more of a Big Dipper thing for me. I think with the Nash, I don't want to totally see it gone. I want a tribute act there, a really good one in its spot. So whether that be an RMC or a bit of a GCI retrack.
I must admit, with throughputs, incredible. It does knock them out, so people munch it, as you like to call it, through. So you're not really queuing up for that long anyway. We didn't do anyway. I think we queued up for more than 15 minutes for it, and it was at a fairly
But would
big queue
you
as well.
queue up to get beat up? You wouldn't, would you? Like if somebody said, "Yeah, there's the queue to have a round with Mike Tyson," there you go. Everyone would be like, "Nah, I'm all right."
I don't know how much the Grand National costs. Do you have any idea?
I think with all the changes that have happened, because I know that quite a few years back there was a bit of an accident. There was a fire, an electrical fire that took out sort of some of the stations, some of the tracks. I think throughout the years it's kind of been rebuilt in places, and I think it'd be difficult to maybe put an exact figure on that. But if anybody knows in the comments, hook us up. If you can give us a rough estimate on what the Grand National will cost today, even, that would be a cool fact, wouldn't it?
It would. And I think it's time that we rated this suckerly. What would you rate it then? Would you ride it, pie it, or top 5 it?
It's a tough one, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of hate for this. But just one sec, let me just sort this custard pie out, because I am pieing it 100%. Not riding it for me. I give it one ride every season at the start of the season, like sort of contractual purposes. No, awful.
Right.
Pie it.
Well, I'm actually womanette. Let me get my whipped cream as well, because I'm actually going to pie this. Absolutely terrible ride. I can't stand this ride at all. Don't get me wrong, the length is incredible, that's as far as it goes. I mean, even that, I'd say it's incredible, but then you've just got longer of pain on the ride itself. So I just think it's uncomfortable. I think it looks butt ugly, and I just don't enjoy it at all. I don't think anyone who I know said, I really enjoyed it. It's really smooth, because yeah, I'd love to know.
Doesn't exist,
You know,
yeah.
I'd love to know you people.
Yeah, I think I sort of agree. I think it is a bit of an eyesore now, and they struggled. I know I saw something that they're struggling to paint the woodies now, or it's better not to paint them because to sort of preserve them, which just makes them look terrible.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they've sort of, like I said, we've had our fun with the Grand National.
That's what we need
Rocky
to do.
Mountain Construction.
That's what we need to do.
Is that them coming over the horizon?
Guys, why don't you let us know, what would you do? Would you ride it, pie it, or top five it? Don't forget you follow us on our social medias on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you are new to this channel, make sure you do subscribe and hit that bell icon every time we upload a new video. You will be notified. So I'm Dan.
And I'm Lee.
And thank you for watching. And happy riding. See you in the next one. Then, come on then. Honestly, hand on heart, Rob, do you think it's better than 13?
No. No, definitely not.
Come off it. Come off it.
Come on, behave.
Innit? He's having a laugh. It's so much better.
It's a completely different experience, isn't it?
So,
We are gonna streamer.